did vote for Donald Trump. I was completely wrong.
I was wondering if you could just start off by telling me a little bit about, what your health situation and your insurance situation currently looks like. How much is that cost going up by?
That'll be $1,500 a month.
Oh, whoa.
So something that we cannot afford. Our premium next year, if the Affordable Care Act continues, will be 174.
So her name is Celia Monreal. I'm gonna put the link in the description for this video as well for you, so you guys can check it out. But she's over in Texas, and like I said, guys, a lot of people within these large states, even rural states as well, like they decide to flip the script on this election, and massive swing states as well decide to flip the script as well and lean more Republican. And I get it, a lot of people were seriously struggling during the cost of living of the end of the Biden administration. But the one thing that a lot of people forgot about, and the one thing that made a lot of people trust Trump because he said he was going to do it on day one, is we went through an entire pandemic. Like, people skim over the pandemic like it was just nothing. Like, it wasn't a huge thing. Like, it shouldn't have happened, whatever. Like, at the end of the day, when you sit down and look at all the things we were going through at that time, you had mass shortages. You had a lot of people calling off from work. You had a lot of different things which caused so much supply to go down and also demand to skyrocket because so many people were in need of these products. So guess what? Inflation is going to do. It's going to go up. But, every single place dealt with different things during this time. And I'm not going to blame everything on the pandemic. But as a whole, we are in this situation now. And Trump's goal was to bring it down on day one, which he's said multiple different times. And he's even claiming that the cost of living and everything is down right now. But in reality, that's not what Americans are seeing every day.
And something around $175.
If the tax credits get renewed, but the $1,500 a month is if they don't get renewed?
Right.
I mean, how would that increase affect you? I mean,
well, we would lose coverage. My husband does concrete work, so during the winter, we barely make it. My husband has problems with both of his knees. He's got no cartilage left on them. We consulted two specialists. They both have said that he cannot have surgery at this moment. We've consulted a doctor in Mexico also. They will do the surgery for $6,000 each knee. If it was to be that situation where he really needs it and we don't have insurance, Mexico will be the best option for us.
Pivoting a little bit to people in power who have kind of made this the reality. Your vote last November, I'm wondering if we could go back in time to then.
Right, I did vote for Donald Trump. I am usually a Democrat. I've always voted Democrat. I guess the way things were going, I said, well, he's the best option for this. I was completely wrong. I don't know who they're favoring or who they're benefiting, but it's not us.
What made you want to vote for Donald Trump last November?
I guess the way the economy was heading, but then again, I was wrong about that too. Prices keep rising. Wages stay the same. We have 5 kids. It gets hard to provide everything for them. It's not fair because at the end, we all contribute to this country.
That is absolutely correct. And I'm going to link this video in the description below because, guys, at the end of the day, you have millions of Americans who are, waking up and dealing with these skyrocketing insurance costs. And it's ridiculous, guys. It's not just MAGA. And I feel bad for her, especially with the health issues that they've been having in their family. But, guys, to see this happen across the board in so many families' lives is absolutely absurd. And it sucks to see that they are dealing with this. But guys, when we talk about the cost of living, when we talk about the cost of everything within the United States, yes, he did talk about doing that on day one. Like that is everybody's issue right now. Everybody is talking about, oh, he said this was going to be an easy thing. But another thing that is lowering his approval rating as well is the fact that he's coming out and saying that the cost is already down and people are just lying and delusional about the cost of goods and everything. But the facts and the things that are going on the ground of your everyday Americans, they don't lie.
So I had to come to the bathroom so I could cry quietly. I just went to my healthcare.gov to see what my premiums were going to cost. Man, I'm literally going to die. I'm roughly going to make around $19,000 next year, and my monthly premiums are $1,200. So I have money to get my scans done. I won't have money for meds. If I get sick again, that's gonna be it. I will not have help. I can't afford healthcare. So, none of my stuff's gonna get taken care of. None of it. I won't even be able to afford doctor's appointments.
And this is the reality that so many Americans are going through right now. And, you know, I do apologize for the sensitive video because it is very deep, especially to watch this today on Thanksgiving. But I think it's very important that we think about this on the days like this as we give thanks to our family, thanks to the people around us, guys, because it sucks. This is what people are going through. This is the reality. This is somebody, a real life example of someone being affected by these rising and insanely expensive premium costs, guys. And I really hope there is some kind of programs that she can go to, being that she needs this health insurance to survive, guys. Like, this is the part that I don't understand. And you know, please excuse my ignorance. When you go to the hospital, like, there should be programs, there should be, you know, assistance and certain ways to get around not having insurance, especially when she only makes $19,000 a year. $19,000 a year. And she said her premiums are $1,200, guys. I can't make this up. And this is what I mean when I say people don't think about these different things. People, when they saw the big, beautiful bill, they saw all the tax cuts for the billionaires and all the money that they were going to be making, but they didn't think about things like this. And by all means, I believe she should qualify for some of these programs. I don't know, you know, what's causing her not to. Maybe certain insurance companies are looking at some of these pre-existing health problems, so maybe they were denying coverage or something like that, or maybe age could also make the premiums go up as well. But we need more context, and it sucks, guys. And I'm gonna link this video in the description below so you guys can check this out. But guys, I just showed you guys a real life example of what Americans are going through right now. This is absolutely insane, and I cannot make this up. And this is why I truly stood by, and I still stand by, that the government shutdown is absolutely necessary. And by all means, this is probably one of the most extreme situations that we're ever going to come across in terms of these losses. But at the same time, the fact that we are even here, the fact that we are even, you know, talking about Americans when there are countries right now around the world that have free healthcare. Like, it is a universal system that every single person across that country has. Now, by all means, does that mean that they have higher taxes? That could be the case across, you know, many different sectors of their country. But at the same time, you don't deal with different things like this. You don't deal with people going homeless. You don't deal with people literally dying in their country because of they can't afford healthcare, right? Why not put in a system in place that actually works? Why not lower hospital costs, put a cap on certain costs? Because, guys, I even watched the video just yesterday. As a matter of fact, we're going to watch a video later on today where this girl went to the hospital and she lost her health insurance, but the bill still came out to a massive amount. I'm not going to say the amount, but it really, really blew my mind when I see how much it costs. And even when you talk about going to things like the emergency room or just going to your everyday checkup visits, you're talking thousands and thousands of dollars if you don't have healthcare insurance. I don't know why that's so hard for so many people to understand. I'm not saying that you live for free. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is we have to remain humane, regardless of who you vote for, regardless of what kind of policies you support. Even when we talk about ICE and all these deportation policies, you have to remain a human being at the end of the day, a civil human being, as well as I don't know, like, how can you sleep at night knowing that you have different things like this going on in the country? And by all means, I'm not saying there's a fix all for the situation. I'm not saying that, you know, this should be a 100% everybody gets this. But what I am saying is we shouldn't have this right now in the country. That's not all I'm saying. And at the end of the day, she should be able to go to the hospital or go to her checkup visits, go to her places and file for financial assistance. But I'm going to dig a little bit deeper on this. I'm going to get a little bit more context and I'll follow up if I find any more information about this video.